So, it's happened to me, and I'm guessing it's happened to you, that there are those days where you get back home and you're excited, you're motivated, you feel like you're going to do a lot of work. There's little homework today, so you're going to focus on yourself and you're just so excited. But when you get back home, you just don't know what to do. Maybe you've planned a workout, but that's going to take around an hour. What are you going to do for the rest of the day? You were hypothesizing a business, but you don't know where to start. You were going to start journaling, but you just don't know what to ask yourself. And so what do? You grab a remote, or you grab your phone, and you start watching TV or scrolling on TikTok on your phone. And this has happened to me countless times. I've succumbed to a couple of addictions I was trying to avoid because I didn't know what to do that day. I had nothing planned. So in this short video that I am going to make today, I am going to show you my schedule and show you how I organize my day to make it so that I always have something to do to avoid procrastinating, using my phone, and wasting time. So this is my schedule, and this is my timetable. Let's start off with the timetable. So I have divided my timetable into work days and free days. Free days is usually just a Sunday because in Italian school you actually go to school 6 days a week, but you finish at 1:30 or 2:30, which is obviously different from the English system where you don't go on a Saturday, but you finish at 4:30 or 4, I don't remember precisely. So on my work days, I wake up at 6:30 and I have a morning routine. And I may make a video which details my morning routine, but to make it as basic as possible, as soon as I wake up, I'll have a cold shower. I finish with the cold shower. I go to my room, get changed, put aftershave, put necklaces, look good, and then I'll go down, I'll grab a mat, sit on the mat, and meditate for 10 minutes. Once that's over, I'll go into the studio where I am at now, and what I'll do is gratitude journaling, which is just pretty much writing sentences of things I'm grateful for, and I'll usually write at least 2. Then once that's done, I'll brush my teeth, and then finally I'll come back here and do something which is called Eat the Frog. Eat the Frog is technically just doing the hardest thing of the day straight in the morning, so you get it out of the way. So I watched a YouTuber recently, I don't remember his name, but he explained the Eat the Frog concept pretty well. Explained that when we wake up, we have a certain amount of brain points, and as the day goes on, we start losing the brain points. And so he was saying, it's better to do the harder work when you have a higher number of brain points. So at the start of the day, pretty much. Then, as soon as I have eaten the frog, at 8 o'clock, I will go to school and get there at 8:30. And that's when school starts. Now, if you want to dedicate your free time in working on yourself instead of doing homework, what I do, and what I suggest you do, is to try and get most of your homework done at school. So if you have to study for a test, just bring your textbook to school, and while the teacher is explaining, he's doing a lecture, you just take notes from the textbook, listen to what the teacher's saying, and then just take notes from there and try and make these notes as complete as possible. And obviously, if there is something in the textbook which you don't understand, you can just ask the teacher. So, if there is also some excess homework they give you, you can always just do the work during the lunch break or as soon as you get home. So I have my lunch break it can be either from 1:30 or 2:30, because usually my lessons, some of them finish at 1:30, others finish at 2:30. And usually I'll have my break until 3:30, maximum 4, which can obviously happen because sometimes with the bus it can take a lot of time for me to get home, and so I usually have a really short lunch breaks, so I have to extend my lunch break until 4. Anyway, that still leaves me with 2 hours to do some work, because from 4 till 6 I'll dedicate myself to finishing the homework. A fucking popper ad just appeared on my phone and literally stopped the recording. Ridiculous. Anyway, what I was saying is you can do work tasks. For example, you can record videos for your YouTube channel. You can journal, or you can do other activities. You can work on your business. You can write something down, I guess. You can write a book. I actually wrote a book last year. I haven't published it, but I put a lot of work into it and I'm pretty proud of what I did. But that's a topic for another day. And so, at 6 o'clock, I'll go to the gym or work out at home. Now, for me, I live pretty far away from the city. For me, it's a lot more convenient to actually work out at home because I save a lot of time on transport. Well, obviously, if you live nearby to a gym, I suggest you go to the gym. And so I bought 8-kilo dumbbells, which I use at home. I also have like elastic bands. I've got like a pull-up bar, some like push-up kind of handle things. And obviously I can do all the body weight exercises. So recently I've actually been doing this kind of CrossFit like workout called the Adonis workout, which obviously if you follow Hamza Ahmed, you've definitely heard of before. And then every week I also just do a regular gym workout, which is either push, pull, or leg. So recently I've actually been finishing my work period a bit earlier, around 6:15 or 5:30. And the reason I do it is to kind of have a pre-workout. My pre-workout is actually made up of shake, which has like protein yogurt in it. It has milk and it has a lot of fruit like bananas, strawberries. It has no added sugar. And then I'll also have 4 eggs, which again is just a lot of protein, and it's also pretty good for testosterone as well. So I'll have that, then I'll do my workout, and around 6:45, I've usually finished my workout. Now, for the rest of the day, what I do is I dedicate it to my mental health. So I'll go and take the dog out, walk outside, and kind of meditate. I'll have some deep thoughts and then just kind of rotate them with minutes where I just look at what's around me. I stay present, I breathe properly, and I just observe the nature around me. Then I'll also have a shower, and I'll be usually back home if I'm taking my dog out by 8 or 7:45. I'll have my dinner, and then at around 8:30, I have 1.5 hours before going to bed. What I'll do then is this very particular kind of workout I do before going to bed, which is very strange, and I wouldn't really suggest it to anyone unless you're interested in doing it and want to do it. But what I'll do is I'll mix physical exercise with spiritual exercise, which is based on my religion. So I'm a Christian, and what I'll do is I'll do 20 push-ups with like the handles, so it's like slightly harder, and then read a page of the Bible. I'll do 20 push-ups again and read another page of the Bible, and then do 20 push-ups again. And then the last thing I'll do is come here to the studio and plan the next day. So this is what I've done here. It's my schedule. It's not precisely a calendar, but what I'll do is for the very next day, I'll write down all of the activities that need to be done. For example, I don't know, prepare for an exam, do this type of homework, do this kind of journaling, watch this kind of video because I need to improve on this. And then at the end of that day, I'll rank the day based on, first of all, if I've done these activities, but mostly how I feel at the end of each day. And obviously bad days can happen. There can be days where you'll put in a D and even an F, but there'll be those days where you'll A it because you just feel so happy at the end of the day. And I think that's the most satisfying part, when you just cross out a day and you proudly put an A to it, knowing you've had a great day and looking forward to the next day. Now, when this finishes, I was also planning to have this more gamified version of it, which I might explain one day when I do it. And I think it'll be very fun and I'll enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy it too if you decide to do the same thing. So, as soon as I go to bed, I'll first go to the bathroom, and obviously I'll brush my teeth, which I hope you already do. And then I'll do a kind of this quick skincare routine where I'll just put a face cream on and just put conditioner on. And then the following morning, when I just do the cold shower, it will all just come out, so I'll be good and clean. So within this timetable, I usually like to include certain habits, which I've written down here. First of all, the pre-workout, those 4 eggs. And usually I also like to add like nuts, because I think nuts are pretty good for you. And so I usually add them in. maybe after lunch as well. I sometimes eat them, or in this pre-workout. Then I also try to read as much as I can. I usually read 10 pages before going to bed, but I'll also try and sneak in a couple of pages read in between certain activities, so in occasional breaks I take. And then, obviously, skincare. I'll try and read my emails constantly. And finally, journaling, which is obviously part of my morning routine. So quickly before ending this video, I wanted to discuss what my schedule is in for my free days, and pretty much it's a morning routine as always. And as soon as I finish this morning routine, I'll immediately eat the frog. The difference here being that I have a lot more time to eat the frog because I don't have to go to school earlier. So I have a whole lot of time until midday, where usually I will go and do my workout with pre-meal first. Then I'll try and take the dog out earlier, so it's kind of better outside. The sun is out and it still has pretty much the same effect. And then I'll try and get more work in before the night comes. And I must admit, I'm a massive football fan, so usually I'll watch 1 or 2 games during the weekend, but that still leaves me with enough time to work, so I'm pretty happy. So this video was shorter than usual, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And keep a strong mind and stay like a lion. Mwah.